Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Delaney. I love thrifting, home decor, my cats, plants, all the good stuff, and welcome to my channel. Today's video is a little bit different, but it has been requested and it has been something that I've been wanting to film for a while. And this video, I mean, as you guys have seen, the title is going to be all about my health journey, my paleo journey. If you guys have been with me for a while on this channel, you know that last year I started my paleo journey to better my health and sorry. And I think I briefly talked about it when I first started it because it was just such a new thing, but I'm here to give you an update. I've been doing paleo for a year now, and I kind of just want to tell you how my life has changed, how my health has changed. Obviously, it's been for the better if I'm making this video, and I think it could really help some people, so I thought I would share. Video, I might be looking down at my phone. I made some notes because I just want to cover it all. I also asked on Instagram about a month ago what questions you have about health, about paleo, all of that. And then also in this video, I want to talk a little bit about some of the health switches I've made, not just food, but also the products that I'm using and how I feel like those have benefited me as well. And let me just start this whole video by saying I am not a professional by any means at all. Don't know that much about health. I'm just sharing my own personal experiences of what I have dealt with for the past year and for the past 7 years with my health issues. So yeah, just keep that in mind. This is just my personal opinion and experiences. So I was diagnosed in 2014, my senior year of high school, with ulcerative colitis. And if you guys don't know what that is, it causes a lot of stomach issues, frequency in the bathroom, severe stomach cramping and pain. There were times when I felt like I was being stabbed with a knife in my stomach. It's like I would have to like breathe through the pain, and it would be urgency. Like I would have to go to the bathroom right this minute or else I wasn't gonna make it. So that was 7 years of suffering with that. And I basically had just accepted that, okay, this is my life. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do about it because traditional doctors only gave me medicine, and I had a colonoscopy every year, blood work every year, but that was it. There was really no other solutions, just live with it. And obviously that's kind of a depressing thought. And with this disease comes a lot of anxiety. I would constantly have anxiety of, oh my gosh, if we're going on a road trip, what if I have to go to the bathroom? Are we gonna have to stop? How many times am I gonna have to go to the bathroom today? Am I gonna have an attack today? I have a really busy day planned. I can't let my stomach upset me. And then obviously that anxiety would also trigger some of the symptoms as well. So all around, it wasn't fun. I was really suffering. And as a young 25-year-old at the time when I decided to take charge, I just didn't want my whole life to be spent like this, because I can even remember the day I went wedding dress shopping. I had so many attacks that day, and it was so hard to find bathrooms where we were, and it just kind of ruined the whole day. And I just don't want my whole life to be flooded with those types of memories. So about a year ago, the very beginning of April, so I haven't exactly hit the year mark yet, but I figured I'll just make this video anyway. About a year ago, I went to a holistic doctor, which you guys should look them up in your town. I'm sure you guys have one. They just take a more natural approach, and their first solution isn't medicine. And I had used a traditional doctor for 7 years, and obviously my options were very limited. So I was recommended by a lot of people to go see a holistic doctor. I was very, very nervous. I was also very, very skeptical, just because you grow up your whole life with traditional doctors and you learn to trust them. And my traditional doctor was telling me that there was just nothing else, that this was your life. So went to a holistic doctor, and he had me go on a paleo diet. And if you don't know, paleo is cutting out sugar, dairy, grains, and legumes, which are beans. So you're basically eating fruits, vegetables, meat, nuts, healthy fats, things like that, which I thought my whole life that I was eating healthy, which I just had to learn so much. My mind was just blown this year and opened up to the whole world of health. Anyways, I'm sorry if this is long-winded. I just want to kind of give you guys a background so you can understand why this was such a big impact to me. If you are just starting out on paleo, so if you want to look up paleo, a lot of people who have autoimmune conditions do paleo, and their autoimmune conditions are reduced significantly, if not basically gone. And for me, when I almost immediately starting paleo, I felt a million times better. In the last year, I can count on one hand the amount of times that I've had an attack. Some of those attacks were brought on by stress. So I'm not here to say that my ulcerative colitis is completely gone and I'm completely cured, because I don't know that I will ever be, unfortunately, but the symptoms are a quarter of what they used to be. I actually have my life back, and I don't have the anxiety of where a bathroom is. I don't have to worry about the stomach pains. So that sold it for me. That was my cat. That sold it for me, just the way that it made me feel. I was like, all right, I'm down for this. I will do this forever if I have to. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the adjustment was really, really hard. When you think about all that you're cutting out, that's in everything. I mean, there's sugar in all of your condiments, ketchup. You can't pretty much eat anything processed. You can't eat anything from fast food. It's a huge adjustment. And I always say to people, I don't recommend paleo to people who don't have a really good reason to do it. Obviously, if you just want to better your health and you have really good self-control, this would be great for you. But if you really want to better your health, then I would suggest doing paleo, because it really does help so much with so many things: your skin, weight loss, just overall feeling better, your immune system, so many different things. So if you're just starting out on paleo, here is what I did and here's what I kind of recommend. First of all, following a lot of nutrition and paleo accounts online, Instagram. You spend so much time there, you might as well just learn little by little each day. And the biggest thing that I learned was not to be hard on myself, that it was a journey. It took me probably 6 whole months to feel like I had it all down and I knew what was going on, really, because it's a big adjustment. For me, I personally went cold turkey and completely switched to paleo right away. I know some people do it slowly, cut out things over time, but with my personality, it was just easier for me to just cut out everything at once. And then another thing that I did was obviously look up recipes on Pinterest. There are so many delicious recipes on Pinterest. I will link my Pinterest down below so you guys can check out the things that I've been pinning if you're interested in the paleo diet. I bought a book called Practically Paleo, and that helped me a ton. It gave some background on paleo, what it is, why you should do it, and then obviously had a lot of recipes, which helped me so much. And it's a big, thick book. I think I got mine on eBay for like 10 bucks. Let's see, sorry, I wrote all this down, that's why I'm looking down. And I basically had to relearn everything that I thought was healthy. You know, you grow up hearing these 100-calorie snack packs are healthy, when really they're just full of chemicals and junk that are just going to destroy your gut. And I don't look at calories, I don't look at carbs, I don't look at fat, just because as long as I look at the ingredients, everything else kind of balances itself out, I realized, especially if you're eating whole nutritious food. And then the biggest thing that I did right away and still do is I switched all of my produce to organic. You can look up reasons why organic produce is better. I wash and soak all of my fruits and veggies, even though they are organic. You just want to get all of that gunk that could be on it off. And then for all of my meat, this is a big thing, especially since meat and fruit and veggies take up such a large portion of your diet. All of my meat, like for beef, it's all 100% grass-fed, meaning the animals, and it's organic, meaning the animals are just eating grass and things on the ground instead of being fed grains and processed feed, because whatever the animal's eating, then you're eating when you eat the animal. So keep that in mind as well. And then as for chicken, same thing. I would get organic, 100% vegetarian fed diet. And that sounds really expensive, but places like Aldi, I don't know if you have that, they have really great cheaper options, and the price does go up a little bit when you're buying meat like that, and organic vegetables and fruits, but for me it was a trade-off for my health and it was worth it. There's also programs like Butcher Box. I think that they do like home delivery, and they have a lot of grass-fed and vegetarian-fed products that I think ends up being cheaper. I've never personally used it, but that could be an option as well if you're looking for cheaper. And if you're just starting out trying to learn which ingredients are good and bad, I know that this was the most overwhelming part for me, because with meats, fruits, and vegetables, that's easy. You don't have to look at ingredients. But other things, there are other products on shelves that you can have that are paleo, but not everything says paleo on it. So you always have to check ingredients, and be prepared for your first couple of shopping trips. You're definitely going to be in there for a while looking at ingredients. But there is an app that I used when I first started out called Yuka, I think that's how you pronounce it, and you can scan the barcode and it will bring up the ingredients and kind of tell you which are good and which are bad. So that's helpful to learn ingredients as well. And even if you don't want to go full paleo, I do highly recommend looking into the ingredients on your items, because let me tell you, there are a lot that are proven carcinogens and just really, really bad for you, your gut health, and your health in general. So for me, once I started doing paleo and started supplementing some vitamins that I was lacking and just really focusing on my health, started drinking tons of water, obviously working out a couple days a week, I just noticed my body felt like a well-greased machine. I don't really know if that makes sense, but I could work out longer, I could work out better without my joints hurting. I was having a lot of joint pain before I did paleo. I just felt healthier. I had so much more energy, my skin was clearer, and then obviously all of my ulcerative colitis symptoms for the most part were completely gone, and that was the biggest thing for me. As well as continuing to see my holistic doctor. He's helped me so much, and I go back to him every couple months to kind of change up my supplements and things like that to just try to continue my health. I will say that it is a journey. It's been a year and I have still dealt with random health issues. So it's gonna take me a while to like be 100% healthy, if you can ever get to that. But that's something that helped me in the long run as well, is just realizing that this is a journey. And I will say, for me with paleo, once I detoxed from the sugar, that was the biggest thing. Detox from sugar, detox from all the junk. I don't crave things anymore. I don't crave junk food. I used to crave fast food, or I used to crave desserts after dinner. I don't crave anything. All I do is listen to my body when it's hungry and I eat. Once I switched my mindset from food is a reward and food is, you know, all of these things, and just switched it as food is fuel and food is making my body the best it can be, my mindset changed a lot. Because of course in the beginning I missed certain foods, ice cream, junk food, fast food, all of that. I'm not gonna say it's been 100% piece of cake, but once I switched my mindset to that, it helped me so much. Okay, now I'm going to answer a couple questions that you guys had, and hopefully that will help. But if I miss questions, please ask me questions below. I would love to talk about it and tell you about my journey. What did you find helpful when it comes to staying consistent? Sending love. So kind of what I just said about switching your mindset, and for me it was just shutting off even the option of the other food. For me, And I know everybody's reason for going paleo may be different, but for me it was like, okay, do I want to continue to feel good, or do I want to go back to those horrible symptoms that I had for years? And I would always say, no, I want to continue to feel good. So for me, it was never worth it to switch to the junk. Number one. Number two, once I learned ingredients and learned how bad they were for you and just how much they contribute to all of these different diseases, cancer, Alzheimer's, like all of these different things, that was a huge motivator for me to stay away from them as well. And this can seem wasteful, but you don't have to do it this way. You can, you know, finish out your pantry and eat all of the stuff in your pantry before you start paleo. But for me, I kind of made a separate section just for me, like a paleo section. Obviously my husband is not paleo, so he has like, you know, some junk or whatever he wants to eat, but my section I made paleo. So that kind of helped me to like go into the pantry, see what I could eat, and then choose from that. I don't know if that helps, but that's just kind of what has helped me. Benefits of the switch for gut health. So kind of what I've mentioned. And again, I'm not a professional and I don't know all of the terms and health terms. I don't really know what to call it. There are a lot of benefits that you guys should look up, but for me, my gut just seems to be healed now. Obviously I still have moments, like I said, random attacks sometimes. Gut is so much better, and your gut controls a lot of the rest of your body, your skin, your hair, all of that. So healing that is super, super important. And I know a lot of people will heal their gut and then occasionally they'll have, you know, a treat like ice cream or something bad. I'm not to that point yet. Maybe one day my gut will be healed and then I could, you know, cheat with some non-paleo things if I wanted to. But yeah, not at that point yet. Why did you decide to change your diet? I kind of answered that just for my own personal health. I was really suffering with my stomach issues. Somebody said, hey girl, this is kind of random, but how has your experience been with the holistic doctor? This is a great question because I was nervous about going to a holistic doctor just because I had never been to one, and I'm sure some other people are as well. My experience was amazing. The biggest thing I recommend is going into it with an open mind, because it's going to be completely different than what you're used to with a traditional doctor, and that's okay. Different does not mean bad. And then also just take everything that they say and digest it and think about it and decide what you want to do. You are in control of your own health, and something I've learned this year, you don't always just have to go with what everybody says. Like traditional doctors would, if I was sick, put me on a steroid, but I have a choice to choose if I want to do that or not. Same thing with holistic doctors. I personally, this is my own personal experience. Every problem that I've had that I've taken to him, my holistic doctor, he's fixed with something natural. And to me, that's like all the proof that I need. So yeah, I've had a really great experience with my holistic doctor. Okay, these last three questions are pretty similar. Staple foods you have at the house for snacking. What are your favorite paleo recipes? Do you have cheat days? And best subs for non-paleo items. So I'll start with the favorite recipes. Like I said, I will link my Pinterest down below because there's a ton of paleo recipes on there, and I've made a lot of them many times, and they're all very good. Do I have cheat days? I don't, just because personally, with my health, if I cheated, I think that would really mess up my stomach. At least at this point in my journey, I've only been doing this for a year. And I think if I had cheat days, I may be inclined to cheat more, and that's just not good for me personally. Other people may be able to handle it. Best subs for non-paleo items and staple food that you have at the house for snacking. So this is something I wanted to address too. There are different ways to do paleo, and I know some people are more strict than others. Especially, I'm in a paleo Facebook group, which I recommend getting into, and I see people post on there, and I can tell some people do different levels of paleo. For me personally, I eat paleo, but some people believe anything processed is not paleo. So paleo chips. Those would be considered processed. Even though all the ingredients are good, those are considered processed. So some people wouldn't eat those, but I'm not that person. There's no way I could live my life never eating anything processed. But processed doesn't always have to mean bad if the ingredients are good. I hope that made sense. So there are a lot of brands. I will list them down below, and I will kind of like talk about my favorite brands for snacks. But for chips, I love the brand Siete, chips and wraps. Siete makes a lot of different chips. They make regular tortilla chips, lime tortilla chips. They make ranch flavored. They make Dorito flavored, like a nacho flavor. And all of them are amazing. I love them so much. So that's a big snack. I'll do that with like some guacamole or something. And again, you have to be careful to balance your diet. You don't want to just be eating like all the paleo snacks and not getting like the whole nutrition, as well as like fruits and vegetables and meat, because that's the whole point of paleo, is to get that whole nutrition. So these snacks are just meant to like supplement throughout the day if you need it. A big snack for me is fruits and vegetables, mostly fruit, like cuties, apples, bananas. I love having those throughout the day. I found a really good paleo ranch recipe, which is saved on my Pinterest down below, that I will make, and I will sometimes dip vegetables in that, like cucumbers, green pepper, carrots, all that. So those are like the biggest snacks that I eat. There's another brand called Simple Mills, and they make like muffins and dessert mixes, which are pretty good. They also make crackers, I'm pretty sure. Yes, they make crackers. So there has been substitutes for like all of the paleo things that I eat. I've been able to find substitutes, which has been really nice. And then the brand Primal Kitchen has a lot of sauces and seasonings, and they're all very, very good. I love those. And then once you ingredients really well, you'll be able to kind of vet snacks that call themselves paleo to make sure that all of the ingredients are actually paleo. So you'll be able to find more snacks like that. Okay, that's kind of it for the paleo part of this, because that is just one part of my health journey and my health healing. The other part is, once I learned all of the horrible ingredients in our food, I started looking at the ingredients in all of the products that I use. Your skin is the biggest organism that you have, so everything that you put into it, you have to think of that as going into your body and affecting everything. It can affect your gut, it can affect everything, your skin, obviously, your hair, pretty much everything. So once I felt like my diet was really clean, I wanted to clean up other aspects of my life as well. One of those for me was I got off birth control. Everybody is different, and I'm not saying I recommend this for you, but that's something that I did, and I think that helped me a lot. It took me a while to balance out my hormones afterwards, but that helped me a ton. And then I do want to say too, it took me about a full year to switch out my products to non-toxic products, just because I personally wanted to use up my products first and then switch, which is totally fine. You don't have to be wasteful. You don't have to throw away a $40 bottle of lotion just because you want to switch. But as things ran out, I would do some research and I would try to find the best product to switch it to. So I've officially switched out all of my products, all of my makeup, deodorant, hair care, all of that to natural and non-toxic. And if you guys want me to make a whole video about like food brands and skincare and hair care and all of that stuff, like I could show you all the products that I use. If you guys want me to make a video like that, let me know. Say too, it doesn't have to be expensive. Like I said, you can switch things out over time, but I've noticed a lot of the switches haven't really been like that expensive. Like my shampoo and conditioner, deodorant, like nothing has really been that expensive. Laundry soap, and it does last me a really long time, so I haven't really had issues with the expense of it because I haven't really noticed that big of an expense change. So just like the food app, there's an app called Think Dirty, and I know some people aren't a huge fan of this app just because they say that they don't know how accurate it is, but especially if you're just starting out, it's a great app. Again, you can scan the barcode and it'll tell you how clean it is, and which ingredients to look out for that are bad. So that is super helpful as well, because a lot of things, it's called greenwashing. A lot of things will say all natural or made with, I don't know, some sort of trigger word to make you look at it and think, oh, okay, this is probably all natural, non-toxic, or the packaging will tell you that as well. So it's nice to have an app, especially when you're just learning ingredients, to kind of lead you the right way. Now, the biggest things that I cut out from my products that I use were fragrance, plastic, and candles. Those are the biggest things, and like the wall plug air fresheners. Candles and the wall plug air fresheners are just straight up cancer basically, and toxins, and so I switched those out right away, and I use a diffuser with essential oils. And there's also a lot of products out there that are all natural that you can spray to make your home smell better. I saw this article, and you guys will have to look it up because I'm probably quoting it wrong, but it was something like an hour of burning a candle is equivalent to like, it was like a ton of cigarettes, smoking a ton of cigarettes, because the soot and the fragrance, which I just thought was, right, just sneezed. I just thought that was so crazy. And also fragrance in your products, definitely look out for that. Those are hormonal disruptors, and they've been linked to causing cancer as well. So definitely look out for those. And then plastic. The biggest thing that I switched out, we used to use plastic plates and cups all the time, like the reusable ones. And those can actually break down over time in the microwave, in the dishwasher, and they can start seeping those, the toxins from the plastic into your food. And just obviously not good, especially Tupperware, because Tupperware gets so much use from going from cold to frozen to warm to washed to sanitized, like all of these different things. It will definitely start to break down your plastic, and that will seep into your food. There's really no way around that. So I switched over to glass Tupperware and using glass or ceramic bowls and plates and cups, and I think that's been a really beneficial thing as well. And then this is something that can be expensive, but I did it over time, and I, for 2 Christmases in a row, asked for these products for Christmas. But I switched over my baking sheets, cookware, and like my pots and pans. 2 good brands are Caraway and Our Place. They have really great pots and pans, and I've been using them for a while, and I really like them, and they're non-toxic as well. Some of the traditional pots and pans have a non-stick coating on them that breaks down over time just like plastic and seeps into your food, and then you're getting all of those chemicals with it. The thing I can think of right now is switching my utensils, like servingware. I tried to switch it to wood or stainless steel, but I haven't switched all of those out yet. Still working on that. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. This was a long video, and I hope I was able to answer some questions. And again, this was just all of my experiences. If you guys want me to go further into detail or share specific products, I could definitely do that. But I encourage you to kind of make some of these switches yourself, if not to just invest in your health and yourself. Maybe you don't need to go as extreme as me, but I just highly recommend giving it a chance and seeing how your life changes. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a good one. Bye, guys.